What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to Garfield Comic Explained by The Odd Ones Out. Now, I haven't reacted to an Odd Ones Out video in a little while now, but yeah, so supposedly, I don't know, this one's from a little while ago, like back in 2016, so it's an older video, and I don't know what it sounds like he's just analyzing a Garfield comic. Anyway, with that being said, the original links in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to The Odd Ones Out. Without any further ado, let's begin.
So, like I said, I don't know what this one's about. I don't know what the joke is. I just don't get it. So I will make you an offer. I will give $20 to anyone that explains what this comic is trying to do. So immediately after posting the Garfield video, which, if for whatever reason you haven't seen, you should go watch it, I had a bunch.
Wait, so should I go watch that one first? Alright, screw it, I'm gonna go react to that one first. Oh boy, so this video will have to be for another day. So I guess, instead of Garfield Comic Explained, today I'm gonna be reacting to the first comic I ever made.
The very first comic I drew was this fan-made Garfield comic that I did when I was like 9. This was the Garfield comic that came out when I was born. Okay, back to Twilight.
Hello?
James, we found it.
What did you find?
The Garfield comic, man.
So remember how I said the first comic I made was a Garfield comic? Of course you remember, I just showed you a clip of it. So apparently my mom kept it. That just amazes me. I need to call her, hold on.
Hello?
Hey Mom, I just want to say that you have a hoarding problem. Like seriously, you need to throw some stuff away once in a while. Okay, bye. Man, did you know the creator of Garfield?
Did you really just call your mother to tell her that? Expecting a nice little conversation. Gets told she has a hoarding problem.
Garfield, Jim Davis, is 70 freaking years old, and he's still making Garfield? How do you even? And he's made 14,000 comics? Oh, he has co-artists, and he doesn't even draw them anymore.
Oh.
Well, I just lost a bit of respect for my hero. If you guys wanted to start reading Garfield, you have a lot of catching up to do. So you know I love Garfield, it was a big inspiration to me, so much so that the very first comic I ever made was about Garfield. And I know in the video I said that I made it when I was like 9, but looking back at this, I want to say that I was like 6 months old. It's that bad. So, everyone shut up, and without further ado,
I think I actually made a couple comics back in the day. Like, way back in the day. I want to say, like, around 10-ish, but they were probably really bad, so let's go with 6 months. Let's go with 6 months old like The Odd Ones Out did.
This is the very first comic I made. Okay, let me explain some stuff. Let's go over this panel by panel. See how there's a graphic in this corner here? Well, Jim would make a unique graphic on every Sunday comic. So this is a Sunday comic, everyone. That means it's in color. Orange is a color. So the first panel, there's Odie, Garfield, and John. And John is saying, "Happy birthday. It's Garfield's birthday." And they're about to eat this physically impossible looking cake. So there's this...
I don't want to be mean to young James here, but let's just go a little back. There we go. This is a cake and this is Garfield. Like, it's hard to tell which is which because... Or is this Odie? I don't freaking know. This one is the only one that I can kind of decipher what it is, because obviously that's a human by the stick figure. But I mean, I can't tell what is what over here.
And they're about to eat this physically impossible looking cake. So there's this running joke in the Garfield comic that Garfield hates his birthday because he's getting way older. He's in his late 30s now, jeez! So keep that in mind, because in the next panel, wah, you might not be able to tell from the comic, but that's the sound of a fire truck pulling up, because in panel number 3, there's firefighters saying, "Where's the fire?" And you know they're firefighters because this guy's holding a fire hose. It's a hose, okay? I was 6, you perverts! I just want to point out that I spelled fire like how it should be spelled. Fire. Really? This is the wrong way if you think about it. Fiery.
Okay, I can agree with that. And I have actually a very embarrassing story of spelling for myself. See, when James did that, he was what, like 6 years old or something? Well, when I was in, it was like, I would say the beginning of high school. I don't remember what we were talking about exactly, but I mentioned that I thought door was spelled D-O-R-E, because, you know, if you send it out, that sounds like door, right? But really, door is spelled D-O-O-R, and I didn't know that till I was like the beginning of high school. Like, Oh my goodness, and it was really embarrassing because my friends thought I was kind of joking when I spelt it wrong, and I'm like, and then I explained it, and they're like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. What's wrong with you?
In case you didn't get the joke, there's so many candles on Garfield's cake that it was enough to warrant a visit from the firemen, because Garfield is so old and he just has a bunch of candles on his cake. And then in the next panel, John explains to the fireman that there was nothing to worry about. My cat just having a B-day. Garfield's still confused though. And then in the next panel, the cake is falling apart as we speak, and we hear another sound effect. It's beep, beep. Now, if we follow the speech bubble, we can clearly see that the sound is coming from the ceiling. John already knows what's happening because he says, oh no. And then in a brand new color, blue, it starts raining on them.
Oh, the sprinklers.
It was the sprinkler from above. John runs away going, ah! You know, something similar happened with sprinklers in the Incredibles movie. Oh shoot, I gotta call it The Incredibles 1 in case you're watching this after June 2019. So if I got inspiration from The Incredibles 1...
2019? 2019? I'm actually confused now. I thought The Incredibles 2 was coming out this year, like in, a month or so. Alright, just wait a minute. Alright, I just looked it up. And the Odd Ones Out is wrong. The Odd Ones Out is wrong. But I believe at the time he made this, he was right. So they must have pushed the schedule for the release date, ahead by a year. Because it's not 2019, it's actually June 15th, 2018, I believe that it is being released. Because I just looked it up, and the release date is for this year, not 2019. I'm excited it was for this year, because I've been reacting to the trailers for it, and I'm all hyped. And then he's saying 2019. I'm like, wait, I gotta wait another year. Anyway, so yeah, I guess they moved the date forward.
Which came out in 2004. That would mean I would be a minimum of 8 years old. So maybe I did make this comic when I was 9. That is, I'm assuming I stole that joke from the Incredibles movie, which I wouldn't put past myself. Alright guys, what if I told you there was a second Garfield comic that I made? I'm a little hesitant to show you because,
Is he gonna be looking at the second comic in this video, or the first one that I originally was gonna react to?
I don't know what's going on in this one. So let's look at it and see if we can figure it out together.
So he is
It starts with a Garfield graphic. It's another Sunday comic. It doesn't seem as excited as the other one, though. Then in panel 1, we see... What is that? I think that's a toothbrush and that's toothpaste. And it says Teth on it. Okay, panel 2. John walks up to said Tethbrush and Tethpaste. And then he says, they say you should use to pee big toothpaste.
What?
I was in honor classes, Then it looks like he's about to brush his teeth with a massive teeth brush. And then, Garfield, that's not pee, sis. And then, I don't even know. I don't know what that is. And then, there's 2? And one's green? And then we see Garfield say, yes, it is. So, like I said, I don't know what this one's about. I don't know what the joke is. I just don't get it. So I will make you an offer. I will give $20 to anyone that explains what this comic is trying to do.
Oh, okay. So the first video I was going to react to is basically him analyzing the second comic.
Actually, let's make it a prime $23. So $23 to anyone who can decipher this. I will be taking your guesses on Twitter and in the YouTube comments, and I will give out the $23 to whichever explanation I think explains the comic the best. So not necessarily the first person to get it will get the $23, just whichever one I see first.
Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. So I guess in the next video I'm going to react to the second comic analyzed, if that makes sense. By The Odd Ones Out. But anyway, if you did like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you're new, hit subscribe and join the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to The Odd Ones Out. Also, I'm actually really surprised that, like, I heard originally, I remember a couple years ago, they were saying that The Incredibles 2 was going to be coming out in 2019. But instead, it's coming out this year. So, did they push the date forward or something? No, yeah, I guess technically forward, but at the same time back, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, they moved it, from 2019 to 2018. Didn't they? I mean, I remember hearing it was coming out in 2019, but it's not. It's coming out in like freaking 2 months or something. Anyway, with that being said, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you're new, and subscribe and join the family. I'll see you guys next time.